Well, we are in Middelheim Sculpture Park in Antwerp, and we're on a particular side of it, which is the open-air storage of the Art in the City collection of Antwerp. And the project involved a group of sculptures from the city's collection, which have been removed from public space for different reasons, some controversial reasons, some practical reasons over the years, and they had been dumped here, let's say, because it's like an open-air storage. What we found on site was actually a very chaotic, let's say, very loveless way of storing things. I found the question very interesting because there is no specific relation between the pieces we see here. They have been given as gifts to the city, or also they've been made for a certain public space. The location was interesting because other than in an interior of a museum, here you don't have walls. Walls are the trees, there is no ceiling. Ceiling is the sky, and also a bit of the leaves, as today. In the winter they're not there. There is no artificial light. The light is the sunlight or the daylight. And we only had the floor. And the floor being this concrete plates of a certain size. The whole surface is about 19 by 19 meters. And also it must be said that there was funding, but it was a very modest budget. And it was also about how we could operate in a quite pragmatic way on this side and bring in an order, some kind of design, if you want, which would organize the space. So the configuration happened out of these concerns. And another important moment was then, after the departure of the design, wanting to use this floor plates as a kind of chessboard, was the detection of all the pieces on the site. We made an inventory and we realized that there were a lot of pedestals, not only sculptures, but pedestals, sometimes without a sculpture, just that the pedestal had arrived here. We also made a study about which sculptures might need a new pedestal. For instance, the Vlaams Architectuurinstituut, which is just lying, which we decided to show horizontally, needed some other pedestal than the ones which we found on site, because they were on different sizes. So we made that study, and we came up actually with, I think, if I'm not wrong, with 5 new pedestals in concrete, and other ones which we use, like in Baldanes, the back of me, or for Bodoniat. We just took the existing concrete pedestals and we painted them in all one color in order to bring them together. And of course started to also think about possible narratives between the pieces. This Leopold sculpture we could not move, so that was a given, because it was going to eat the whole budget, if not, bring us to a minus, and it was also not necessary. It's a very heavy beast, so there was one, the starting point of the chess game, that was the given. And then we started to check which sculptures were going to be shown. For instance, the 4 composers, they have nothing to do with the rest. They don't even have anything to do with each other. So Seniers, Bach, Beethoven, we don't know why they are there. So we decided to put them, for instance, on a circular pedestal, watching all sides. And then some of the more controversial pieces, like the Leopold II piece, which was going sculpture, which has been actually thrown with a red bucket of paint during the Black Lives Matter movements and protests. That is one of the pieces which is going to be shown here. It will maybe one day come, it won't, I don't know, but it's not yet there. There's a pedestal for it. But of course, that's a very, very controversial piece. It's a very difficult piece. And we even had these discussions how to show it, at the beginning with Samuel. Shall we put him on the ground, lying down, and kind of in a dramatic way? And very quickly we agreed that that was not the way of showing it. So we decided, if he's going to be shown and displayed, he should be just standing there as a sculpture, and also with the red paint on it. But then we have the personification of Africa. This was another sculpture, and My Inner Beast, a contemporary piece. So while organizing them, we put Leopold there, then we turned Africa away from him, and also Africa with her back to the My Inner Beast piece. And My Inner Beast and Leopold are not on the same axis, but just shifted. It's because this kind of direct confrontation, like Leopold the Beast, that was also too literal, so we tried to play with it by just shifting them on the plan. So they're not on an axis, but they are kind of watching each other, and Africa is watching away from them. That is one story. Then we have the Baron and the slave on our back, and the mother and child. And that is also, the Baron and the slave are actually part of a composition which was much bigger, which was removed already earlier from the public space, but also while removing it, pieces got lost. In the original composition, the Baron is the one in front of whom the slave is actually very much submissive, and there is also the mother and child in the same composition, and Baron is on the highest. In this new state, we thought we turn away the Baron, we take the slave. So we thought we put him in front of the mother and child, paying respects, not being submissive, but rather paying respects to the mother and child, and the Baron being turned away and threatening or being sovereign to nothing, basically, because there is no figure in front of the Baron. These were the two narratives which we played with these pieces.